Welcome, everybody, to the 411 podcast from Sierra Nevada Realtors. I have two very special, cool guests with me today. We have Robert Bartshe. Robert, tell us a little bit about yourself and the role that you're playing and what you're talking to us about today.
Sure. Thank you, Garrett. Thrilled to be back behind the camera for SNR. This year, I'm sitting as the chair of the IDEA committee here at SNR, and I'm thrilled to be here to talk about it with Ryan, my vice chair.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Robert. So I've been with the IDEA committee for 3 years now and moved into the role of vice chair in 2026.
Love it. So what the heck is the IDEA Committee? What's it do?
So the IDEA committee, it stands for Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Action, because we feel like if you have DEI without action, you have nothing. So we've made it IDEA instead of DEI. And our committee is really focused on inclusivity in our industry and within home ownership. And so ensuring that our realtors have the knowledge that they need to be inclusive when helping people buy and sell their homes, as well as making sure that the world knows that our industry is inclusive as well.
Love that. Yeah, that's a good goal. So in your 3 years on IDEA, what's some of the stuff that you've worked on that you're proud of?
In the past, assisted with the words list that we just released as a guide to assist with, if you're putting out things for property rentals or listings, and again, a guide that goes in line with the 13 protected classes that we have here in the state of Nevada. And then as far as
I won't make you rattle all those off.
I greatly appreciate that. And then going into the production of some of the events out in the community that you see us at and know us at for Sierra Nevada Realtors, whether it be Latino arts out in the community or at University of Nevada, Reno and business forward-facing events to help expand the horizon, that people understand that there's more than just assisting people buying and selling as a career in real estate, to all the great events that Northern Nevada has.
Let me just interrupt and say that that's one of my favorite events is getting in front of the college students that are interested in getting into the real estate industry, but don't feel like they're welcomed, or they say stuff like, I'm going with a business degree or finance, and don't realize that all of those things play into the industry. And then they say, well, real estate really interests me. But it's not my path of education. And you're like, yeah, it is. That's one of my favorite events every single year is going out and talking to those college students. So something super cool that IDEA does.
I love that. Well, and then you should tell them they need a marketing degree, they need a psychology degree.
100%.
Then they'll round it out real well. It'll be perfect.
Exactly.
So Ryan mentioned about the Fair Housing Word and Phrases Guide. Tell us a little bit about that.
So this has been an ongoing project. I know that was presented 3 years ago when this committee really came together to put out a guide of words to educate our members as to what is, acceptable phrasing to use in marketing or when communicating with different, clients from different backgrounds and ethnicities and things of that nature. And it kind of has gone back and forth for the past several years. And this year we said enough is enough. We're going to put this thing out, get it approved by the board of directors and publish it and get it printed. And we've done exactly that. So the Fair Housing Advertising Words and Phrases Guide is out there for our Sierra Nevada Realtor members to reference when you're marketing your properties, when you're talking to different clientele. Things like master bedroom isn't an acceptable phrase anymore. The public doesn't accept that phrase anymore. And so utilizing a term like primary bedroom is far more acceptable. And we should be. Along with, his and her sinks. I mean, they're dual sinks. There's no his or hers in those sinks. It's dual sinks. And so making sure that our membership is up to speed on those different things that you could say that could be offensive to a certain group of people. We found it to be very important. And this year we just pushed it through. And we got to say thanks to the board of directors for approving it so quickly, and to our staff here at SNR who got it, created and printed so quickly so we can get it distributed.
Before we jump back into the conversation, we want to take a quick moment to thank our amazing sponsors over at Ticor Title of Nevada. Their support helps make this podcast possible and allows us to keep bringing you valuable content every episode.
The board was happy to do that, and we appreciate all the hard work that you guys put into it. I know the one phrase I see all the time, like I could open up the MLS right now, pull up a listing, and it's going to say some version of great family home.
Yes.
Stop that. Stop that. Take that phrase out of your ad copy writing. Tell ChatGPT not to include that in your ad copy descriptions moving forward. And that's one thing that I'll give a little note on here. I use AI. I use it to help write ad copy, but I always double check it to make sure that I'm not using words and phrases that are going to be a fair housing violation, because AI knows a lot, but it doesn't know what a fair housing violation is. So be very careful of that.
It's so true. And I think it's one of the biggest things that we're going to see now that the compensation lawsuits are starting to settle out across the country. Our industry has been under attack for quite some time.
Right.
And I feel like fair housing is the next thing that we're coming to see. So if we're at the front of it and get ahead of it as Sierra Nevada Realtors, we're going to be far better off than most associations across the country.
Agreed. Ryan, why is it important for you to lend your time to the association in this realm, in the idea realm?
Yeah, absolutely. And great question. I've had the benefit of sitting on several nonprofits or societies, institutions, and councils, in addition to some of the ones at Sierra Nevada Realtors. And as far as being able to make the most impactful difference here locally within my community, it's given me the highest benefit or intrinsic value to do that, and to move forward, and see benefits here locally and immediately, versus some of the other larger ones where, yes, I mean, over time something's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years, but I'd like to leave at least somewhat of a legacy. So leaving a place better than you left it.
Love it.
So.
Amen.
Right, well, and that's one of the things that we all sign up for when we take our oath when we're a realtor. And as president, that's one of the funnest things I get to do, is get to pin new realtors and get to have them do the pledge and do the oath. We don't do blood oaths or anything wild or crazy like that, so that's good. But part of that is that we treat everybody the same that we come across, no matter their income, no matter whether they're looking to buy, sell, no matter if they're white, black, yellow, purple, no matter whether they're gay, bi, straight, doesn't make a difference. Everyone we come across deserves the same treatment and the same service as everybody else that we deal with, whether they look like us or not. So that is really important. And that's the work that you guys do here at the Idea Committee, right?
That's exactly right. And, we're going to get this particular words and phrases guide distributed to our members by partnering with our societies, councils, and institutes and those diverse communities out there, to get the word out to our members and make sure that we give everybody the best education to do exactly what you just said. Make sure that everybody knows that Sierra Nevada Realtors is an inclusive community.
Love that. And we're working on getting this brochure on the website as well, so you guys will be able to reference it at snr.realtor. And then also we have copies in the office, so if you guys want to come by the office and take a look. And before I jump off my soapbox, I'll say one of the things I've had to deal with, a few conversations of, why are you pushing DEI? What's this push for DEI? And let me be clear, a push for DEI or what the Idea Committee is working on has nothing to do with trying to change your mind or make you think a certain way or to push a political slant or bent. Has nothing to do with that. It's about gaining a skill set to help people that don't look like you, that may not have the same culture as you, that may live life a little bit differently than you do. That's the whole idea behind DEI training and behind what the Idea Committee is doing. It's a lot of IDs in there.
Yeah.
Anything else we didn't touch that you guys think is important that our listeners should know?
Other than that, we have the luxury of the benefit that we get to help build communities. And as far as, keeping Northern Nevada a great place to live, means a little bit of progression and realizing that we have people from all walks of life that are moving in and out of Northern Nevada for various reasons, and just to respect that.
Love that. Good message. Hey, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on the next episode.